Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live place. This is our fourth live stream here, and today we are joined by Roadtrip Dave, who is going to be discussing our topic with us, which is expectations versus reality of YouTube. And this is a topic that I brought up to Dean. I thought this was a good topic to talk about with everyone. So if you are coming in the chat, be sure to say hello and all that good stuff, and we will be getting started. Welcome Marianne Clark and Sooner Girl and Miguel and Dean and Stacy. And Dean is not on with us.
All that good stuff, and we will be
Dave with us tonight, and so yeah, we do have Dave on with us tonight. And his channel is Roadtrip Dave. If you guys have not checked that out, he does different vlogs from Carowinds, which is a local theme park to him. And he's going to Disney World in, I think, a few days. So I'm sure we'll get a lot more footage from him. And his channel is in the description box down below. If you guys have not checked that out already. Yeah, so welcome, everyone. And we will get started in just a few minutes after everyone gets in. So yeah, our topic for today is expectations versus reality of YouTube. And we have a great variety of things to say. I know Dave said he's going to say a few things, and I have a few things to say as well. If you do like what you're seeing, be sure to share out the stream and tweet it to anyone who would like the stream and would like to see all this. Mickey's Magic, welcome.
Mickey's Magic is here in the house. Along with Sooner Girl and Stacy Rogers. What is up, everybody? Good to have you on tonight.
Absolutely. Yes, so if you guys have not already, be sure to subscribe and click that thumbs up. And we will be getting started in just a few minutes. I know people are slowly making their way in. Thank you to everybody who has come in so far.
That's awesome. Mickey's Magic is saying, I'm in the house.
Yes.
Awesome.
Cool.
Miguel is here. Hey, man. It's good to have you. And AJ's in the house, too. The Kingdom Times.
Welcome, AJ.
Good to have you guys on tonight.
Okay. Stacy, how come we got a notification last night? Okay. So here's what happened last night. So I was messaging Dean and Dave about this. So I scheduled this live stream yesterday. So I scheduled these about a day in advance for the Live Place YouTube channel. So I scheduled this a day in advance, and it automatically sets to the same day. So it sets to today and then like if you're scheduling at 12 p.m., it'll schedule for like 1 p.m. or something like that. So I changed the time to 9 p.m., but I never changed the date to tomorrow. I kept it as today. And then I forgot about it, and then it sent out a notification, and I was even confused about it. So I fixed that as soon as it went out, and I know Miguel was in the pre-chat, and he was all excited about it, but then I had to tell him he had to wait one more day. But yeah, so Arjon's the legend, welcome.
See, now it's not a Live Place live stream without the legend.
That's true.
The man who puts the fist in pacifist.
Mm-hmm.
Little Chuck Norris thing for you.
Yes, so I think people are coming in now. If you are just coming in, be sure to like the stream and all that great stuff. And I think we're going to get started now. So our topic again tonight, for those who are joining, is expectations versus reality of YouTube. And this is a topic that I wanted to cover for a while, and I brought it up to Dean when we were talking, and he thought it was a great topic also. So what this means, what I mean by expectations versus reality of YouTube is like what new streamers and vloggers and all those people, what they expect when they start YouTube, because everyone starts out with 0 subscribers. The million subscriber YouTubers all start out with 0. So what they expect when they start out with 0, like, and what the reality is when they get 500 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers, anything like that. and I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and I know Dave doesn't have 1,000 subscribers, but well, I do have 1,000.
No, Nick, you have over 1,000
I do.
subs. I'm the slacker.
Well, you'll get there eventually. I know you'll get there, but I meant 1,000,000 subscribers, and I know Dave doesn't have 1,000,000 subscribers either. But yeah, so so expectations versus reality. It's a good topic, and I know a lot of people said they were excited about it, and it's a topic that they all wanted to see. So one of my now see, this is what I think a lot of people see when they come into YouTube. They have like these expectations, like that I'm going to get 1,000,000 subscribers, or I'm going to have 1,000,000 views in each video. Well, I never thought that. I knew that was never happening. But one of the expectations I had, and then I thought of the reality being, so, and I know a lot of people see this, YouTube used to be where it was, you would get monetized at 10,000 views. Now, I'm not in YouTube to make money. I do not care if I make $1,000,000 or $5 or something like that. So I think like a lot of people really want to get monetized, and I see this all the time. Believe me, I do. Where people will ask to get their watch hours up. They'll have people loop their videos constantly, which I don't see in that. I make my own traffic organic, and I would like to keep it that way. But I think that like if you get those 4,000 hours, you should earn them. And if you get those I have 10,000 views, but if you get those 10,000 views, you should earn them. And a lot of people expected, and I see this with even a lot of the channels I'll watch, to be honest with you, I see a lot of people expecting that they'll be monetized, and then they'll get to the point where they're asking people to get their hours up, or they're asking people to loop their videos, or any of that kind of thing. So that's one of the expectations that I think a lot of people, even, and I'll be honest, even in our community see. But Dave, do you have any comments on that?
Yeah. Well, first I wanted to point out, there was Miguel had a hilarious comment. Apparently Miguel expected to be famous when, when he became YouTube. I can't say I did that. I was a lot like a lot of these beginning YouTubers where I heard that YouTube had a monetization policy, and really all I wanted to do was to get in video something that I loved, put up stuff that I watched. I mean, I was already watching Resort TV One. I was already, and really before Resort TV One, I was watching iTheme Park. iTheme Park really kind of set the tone for that type of stuff. Now I know that there's some other vloggers out there, and there's even like I would say personalities, whether it's like some like radio personalities or stuff like that. Like they have their own YouTube channel as well. And I noticed, I said, wow, okay, so pretty much anybody can do this. And when I first joined up, I was thinking, okay, if I can make money on the side, to kind of just supplement what I'm doing, supplement my love of theme parks, my love of travel, and my love of family and all that. I mean, that's great. What's funny is that the view count, with my channel has definitely increased, and it's actually gone over that initial 10,000 view limit. But I think what was kind of the unexpected, like we didn't expect YouTube to kind of change what they did, to change the requirements. And I think when they did that, it kind of woke people up in terms of what they truly have to do to drive in traffic. I expected to maybe get maybe a couple of hundred people to watch my channel and just watch some Carowinds stuff and watch some Disney stuff and stuff like and other subjects like that. But what's happening is there's a lot more people interested in it now because they can't come to the theme parks, and they just want, like, I guess they want a little respite, right? They want a little time away from reality, time away from the stressful world and stuff. So when people are videoing a ton of Disney, all these live streams that they're in there, it's like it's like, I'm back in my happy place. the rest of the world doesn't matter. And if I think the expectation was for at least me is that, well, I can get a few people interested, but now I'm realizing, okay, there's a lot more people out there than I realized that are thinking the same way I am. When it comes to stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and really quick, I just saw a comment that I wanted to note, and then we actually do have a few questions that we can answer. But R. John said he's only in it for the money.
Hey, the fact that he's actually getting subs without video content, I mean, the money's in the bag. It's just, he's just got to wait. He's just got to wait for it. That's all.
Yeah, and really quick before we answer some questions, I'm actually going to use Arjun as an example, which I don't think he'll mind. But like Arjun's has 400 something subscribers, which is awesome for posting no videos. And I think a lot of people who post videos and still don't even get to that point would kill to be where he is with 0 videos. But see, Arjun is an amazing supporter, and I know Dave will agree, and the 16 people watching will. So Arjun's like, he's a great supporter, and it's not where he doesn't post videos and doesn't deserve the subscribers. He hasn't posted videos yet, but like he deserves the subscribers for just being an awesome supporter. I think he like goes to everyone's streams and he's awesome. Yeah, 436 subscribers. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the thing about R. Johns is that he's like with some of these other channels that are participating. They're participating in the support role, right? And R. Johns is a huge supporter of our. I mean, not just Resort TV One. He is a huge supporter of your channel, my channel, and so many other channels out there. I mean, a lot of the people that we have out here tonight, we got like Our Themed Life and the Kingdom Times, Mickey's Magic. I mean, anytime there's a live stream, out of Disney World, there he is. And like so, he's helping like them with like battery backpacks. He may be helping, with like he's helping film. In some cases, he's helping maybe even get refreshment for Jenna or Josh or something like that. I mean, the thing is, he's gaining those subs because people know how much of just an awesome supporter and really just admirer of all of us that he is, and that's just, I think that's what endears us to Richard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we do have a few questions here, so I want to get to those really quick, and then we'll move on to more of our kind of expectations of reality. So, Mickey's Magic asked, "What is your best advice for people starting out?" Now, a lot of people have asked me that questions. I know when I was on Viapri's sessions, they asked me the same exact question, and I think they ask everybody that at the end. But I'm going to say this almost same exact thing, because I can't remember exactly what I said, but I think I kind of remember. I'm going to say almost the exact same thing as I said on their stream, is if you, like, let's pretend you really liked soccer, and you played soccer every day or something like that, and you hated art, you were horrible at drawing, all you could draw was stick figures like me. Don't make a channel about art. Make that channel about soccer. Make that channel about sports or something like that. Like, don't make something that you're going to be bad at or mad at or anything like that. Like, do something that you're happy about. Like, all the theme park streamers and vloggers and all that, they like theme parks. They don't do it because they feel like they're going to get more money in it or something like that. You can tell by the person that they are that they like the theme parks. So,
yeah, no,
I would say, mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like one of the things that I would say to Mickey's Magic starting out was I was doing stuff right off the bat that I liked doing. Like, I like food, right? So I like restaurants. So I started doing restaurant reviews. I started doing hotel reviews. I like doing that sort of thing. And what's hilarious is that some of the restaurant reviews were those were my first biggest hits, just, in terms of like getting views. I mean, I was getting like all of a sudden, like 1,700 views on the La Hacienda Mexican restaurant. I'm like, what? But people appreciated it. And then the first one, what just blew my mind was I enjoy zoos, right? So I was filming the Riverbank Zoo. and now I got 2,000 views over on that one. I'm going, wow, okay.
Mhm.
It was. You want it to be organic, right? You want it to be genuine. You want that interest that people are putting on the channel to be 100% authentic. Because when people are out there doing stuff and they don't really love it, I mean, you can kind of tell, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so I agree. Just do like be authentic with what you're doing. Don't lie about what you're doing. Just do something you like, and that's part of the advice I have. I could talk for hours about that. The next comment, and we'll breeze through these and then get on to more stuff. So we don't want to keep everyone for too long. But I'm trying to find here. Marion Clark asked, "Where does it start?" And I think this is a great question. Where does it start to change where it becomes so big, it becomes a business instead of fun? So, I I think that's a great question. This is
That is a good question.
this is where I see it being like it's not fun anymore. Like this is your real job. I know Tim Tracker does. I think he does it full time. If I'm not wrong, I know many other YouTubers do their job full time. Um, so I see it being if you're making enough money off of AdSense and the monetization, all that. If you're making enough money off of that, where you can support your family and still have some money for yourself and all. Like if you're making enough money where you can support yourself and your family and all that, I see that as where you can kind of make that decision. If you're making $5 off of every YouTube video and you'll only post like one video a month, that's like $60 a year. No, that's not where I would see it being somewhere where you can make that decision. But if you and I would even ask around if you think that's that time or you think I can possibly make this into a full-time job, ask around, see what your family thinks, see what your friends think, see if that's something that's like, yes, I want to do this. So I would, that's really, to be honest, what I think about that. I'm sure Dave has an opinion on that as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say what's interesting about knowing that that's a possibility is I do not have. I've tried to keep my expectations timid, I guess, in check, because to achieve something on the level that the Tim Tracker has, or even to the extent that what's that guy Jack from
DSM.
yeah, DSNY newscast. I mean, to even achieve that level, it would be just epic. But the thing is, if you're going into it thinking, okay, I'm gonna just take over the world and do it all at once, you'll get burned out. You will get burned out. There were a couple times where I posted some stuff and it didn't get a lot of play. It didn't, and the thing was, it's just like, well, okay, it wasn't as interesting for some people. It was more of a niche, so you're kind of feeling your way there. But if I have definitely considered that if I got to a level where I could do this full time. I mean, it would have to be a pretty significant level. I mean, that's the other thing, is that you got to figure out, if times drop off, or if or if all of a sudden, YouTube doesn't become the place to go for video streaming. I mean, that's not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that is a possibility, and that's something to just remember, is that you don't want to be dependent on one realm of media for that. So, I mean, go in there just doing what you love. Go in there, and just work hard. Bring good quality content, and eventually it'll come around. And really, all right, now I'll sum it up with two words: steady plodding. Just do, just keep going steady. Stay the course. If you're getting success on it, stay the course, and just try to improve on little bits, and that's about it.
Absolutely, yeah, I 100% agree. And I see many people in the chat talking about like that I saw Corey from Corey Meets World saying it's taken Tim Tracker like 10 years to do vlogs and all this stuff, and he's made where he is, and now it's a full-time job of his. So
yeah, and it wasn't overnight. That's the other thing too, is that I feel like you can't go in there thinking, okay, when's my, I'm going to get my viral video out there and it's going to get 1 million hits. You don't do that. You put out there what you see. Now, occasionally, you might come into something that might all of a sudden really rack up your views. Case in point, the Carowinds fire. That just, that was something crazy. I was in the right place at the right time, and happened to have my phone available and put it out there. And so, when that happened, I think that actually gave me a little bit more visibility, because then all of a sudden my videos made the news, and so but I never came in there expecting it. I was just, it just, if you happen to be there and if you're alert to stuff like that, you might be able to get something viral like that. But don't just go in there thinking you're definitely gonna do it.
Absolutely. And then I'll go to one more question, then we'll jump back into the topic. Miguel from A Disney Life for Me asked, Dean said he asked a great question. I share his feelings. And Miguel said, eventually we would like to make money. Thoughts on that? So here's my thought in making money. I think, and this is my view, and I'm sure I share this with other people, and then I'm sure other people have their other views. I'm in YouTube. I am not in YouTube for the money. It's not on here to get money at the end of the day. It's to share my passion for Disney and theme parks and all that with you guys. I'm not on here to say, super chatter, I'm going to ban you or something like that. That's not happening. But yeah, I think there's people there are people, I've sadly seen people who do that, who will make their streams about donations and all that. And I know a lot of live streamers were getting trash talked by this guy a few weeks ago. But it's just something where if you're on here to make money, that's your thing. My view on it is it's for fun. It's not really necessarily to make money. And I know streamers who are not monetized. Like, I have a PayPal. It's a tip jar. I do not beg for donations like other streamers. I don't cry for them. I don't beg for them, but it's open, and I have had people who have donated, and it comes up while I'm in the middle of the live stream. And I'm not asking for them. So that's just my views on that. I'm sure Dave has some of his views on that.
Actually, my view is my goal was to really become as big as PewDiePie. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What's funny is there's hobbies that you can bring in that are expensive, right? There are hobbies that you have to kind of make time for, then sacrifice your family time. And there's of course there's hobbies that I would say are actually stressful. Like for some people it's politics, right? For others it may be something like a sport, something. So and for me, like, I came into it thinking, well, I like this kind of stuff. I like being able to talk to other people and share my love for stuff and use some of the stuff that I've learned with video and it's fun. It's a hobby. If I can make money on the side, that's perfect. I mean, that would be great. Do I expect it right off the bat? No way. And that's the other thing too, Nick, when you talked about like the super chats. I mean, I met one. There's actually one commenter on, I think it was my live stream or something. He commented that I don't have a super chat. He's like, oh, you can do Patreon and all that. I'm sitting there going, dude, I'm content right now. I mean, and that's the thing, is to be content where you're at. And then, if you find that you have extra content, right, that you can bring out there and maybe make an extra penny or two, put it out there. But definitely don't expect that, and don't sit there and shame people just because they have it too. I mean, that's the other thing. It's a benefit for people to donate, for people to feel like if they feel led to give to help that person out, that should be available to them, you know?
Absolutely. Really quick, welcome to Resort TV1, Josh, and everyone else who's come in. I know I can't read off like every single name, but welcome to everyone who has come in. And
Hey, Nick, Scott Shearer is in the house.
welcome, Scott.
What's up, man?
Yeah, welcome.
It looked like he had a lot of fun over there at his camp.
Yeah, I saw some pictures and all that. So I see the questions coming in. We're gonna go back to those in just a few minutes, but I want to tie back in and list another thing off of that expectations versus reality topic. So this is what I think a lot of people. This is a kind of a different expectation because I think this is like where a lot of people see this coming, but they're not super ready for it. So this is one of mine, and I'm sure Dave. I don't know. I don't actually know, Dave, if you had experience with this, but so I think when people start their YouTube channels, a lot of people see like on your first day of YouTube, it's impossible. I've never seen it happen, but I think it's like impossible to get a troll on your first day. If I'm gonna be honest with you, if that happens, something's wrong. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. But
It's probably some friend who's like, you know,
probably.
trying to trip you up. Yeah.
Yeah, but like if there's an actual serious troll that's coming in, then that there's probably an issue, to be honest with you. But anyway, people, and I know Resort to One, and I know Josh will admit to this, he gets trolls in his live streams. I have gotten trolls in my live stream. I'm sure many other people have. It's just a part of just it's a part of growing on YouTube. It's a part of it, like tells you you're getting big. That's what a lot of people say about it. It tells you that a lot of people are big. It tells you that you're getting big. Dean and I actually did a live stream on trolls. My opinion on this, and I saw Josh just wrote it in there, is to completely ignore them. Do not make contact with them. Act like you do not see them. Your moderators will take care of it, or you'll take care of it, and ban the person or time them out or whatever you have to do. Josh, to pretend they don't exist. That's my opinion on them. All YouTubers who are getting big, like not like 10 subscribers, you really don't get it then unless, as Dave said, it's a friend. Like eventually you'll have to. I think you'll get them. I know.
Hey Nick, I was going to say, D just asked a question about that. Do you block them or just ignore them?
And I saw that. I was going to get to that in a second.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think here's my opinion on it, and I know many of the other live streamers kind of have their own opinions on when to block, when to ban, when to do any of that stuff. Here's how I see it. If it's something very bad that's like not family friendly, like, and I know Josh is a live streamer, I'm sure he has an opinion on it as well. I would then just make the call and ban them or bounce them, whatever you want to do with them. If it's something like where they're doing sub for sub, then I would do kind of a timeout thing. And then there's kind of the first warning where you can like just remove the message. You don't ban, you don't time out. Yeah, so I think like the first warning is a remove message, second is a timeout, third is a ban. There have been times where I've just timed out first, and there's been times where I've just banned first.
I think it also depends too on, you know, the emphasis that we try to do within our community is family channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, if somebody's dropping in there, if they're dropping in their F-bombs or they're dropping in, you know, just really just inappropriate, you know, slur words and stuff like that. I mean, there's just no tolerance for something like that. They just got to go, you know. But yeah, I mean, let's say like, I think like a lot of times, like I've seen this with Resort TV1 chats, and I've seen this with yours too, Nick, is that the little I guess you could say the little pop-up that comes up that says, hey, do we need to show this or hide this? It's usually because somebody's like, hey, sub to me and I'll sub to you. You know, it's you're kind of going, okay, you know, let's hide that. And then, you know, say, hey, you know, then even put a little message on there. I've done that myself where I say, okay, look, this isn't a sub for sub, you know, just be yourself, you know, get to know people and then see if they like you, see if they like your stuff, and let that happen naturally, right?
Absolutely. And and Diz Life of Ours, they commented real quick. I don't get why someone would want to be a troll. Keep it moving if you don't like my channel. That's the same thing here. If you don't like my channel, you do not have to come. The door's open.
That's right.
If you don't like the channel, the door's open. You can feel free to leave. So yeah, that's really my my opinion on that. I know we have, and we're coming up to the half an hour mark here, but we're not going to sound crazy long. But I think we have like two more things, and I'll let Dave kind of chat a little bit. Two more questions, and I'll let Dave kind of chat a little bit. Stacey Rogers said, for those of us that don't really know about the money part of YouTube, could you explain a little how it works and how the tax part of it works? That would be something to ask someone who's monetized. I don't know how the kind of YouTube gives out the money in a way. I don't know how they give you the money. That's something you could ask someone who's monetized. I just don't know that. I would be more than happy to answer it if I knew it. I just really, to be honest, don't. And then Dean wrote, our theme life says it's vitally important to make the videos on what you, the creator, find interesting. People gravitate towards passion, your person something. It got cut off. But yeah, Mike and Jen, I totally agree. Make the video on something that's important to you. Don't make your video on gardening if you hate gardening and you kill all your plants and all that. Don't do that. Just do something on what you like and all that sort of stuff.
I was going to say, what's interesting is that, like, if let's say you do a video on stuff that you love, right? But you're not getting the I would say the response that you're hoping for, right? I mean, it may not be that people aren't liking your stuff. It's just that your stuff is hidden with lots of other videos. I mean, if you do like a search on something like Magic Kingdom, right? You're gonna be coming across like 1,000 some odd videos. And that's just initially. So your stuff's going to get lost there. You got to find something, like you got to find your niche. And Nick, I know we briefly talked about this, like, you know, before. I'll just go ahead and bring it up now. You know, I just recently I started doing live streams at Carowinds. I started doing my Monday night road trip and at Carowinds. And what is just amazing is the response to that has been far better than just me doing a live stream at home. I just didn't expect people to really kind of latch on to that. And if I guess Just Out and About isn't here, but I mean, they can attest to this. People are coming up to me and asking me, you know, hey, you know, what's your channel? Let me check you out. And then they're already logging in and subscribing, and then they're on the live stream already since I haven't finished yet. The response to that is amazing, and I was just like, well, good grief, Carowinds is like, you know, if I'm not at Disney, I like to be at Carowinds because it's in my hometown. Shoot, I'm just gonna do that, and why it's not a pain to do it. It's not something where I'm going, man, I gotta ride another roller coaster tonight. Oh darn! I wish I wasn't doing that. I mean, of course not. I'm gonna be gung ho for it right away. So if you have that, if you see that, if you're seeing people kind of latching onto that, then that kind of, in my opinion, that gives you encouragement to want to do it more. You know, it gives you the motivation to say, okay, I'm going to start doing more, you know, POV videos, or, you know, start doing more stuff around that park and maybe even stuff around the city. So, I mean, it's really cool to see that. like Pirate Princess Red. She said that those are really fun streams, and I agree. I had fun doing them. I mean, I mean, my voice was scratchy the next day, but I mean, I had fun doing them. And so, if you're having fun doing what you're doing, then in my opinion, you're meeting that. That's the expectation you should have, is that people are responding to the fun you're having, as well as you're having fun yourself.
Absolutely, yep. So I know we're kind of weak. I'm sure Dave and I could keep going on and on about all these topics, but I'm gonna ask Dean a question because I'm not sure what he thinks. If we should, because we generally try to go for half an hour. If we should keep going just a tiny bit, or if we should like just cut it off and thank everyone for coming. Not like just end it, but like thank everyone for coming and kind of just dive down. I don't know what Dean thinks, but and by the way, Josh just posted some info about AdSense and all that monetization stuff. So I actually didn't know about the super chats that I didn't know that it was 60%. Yeah, because I guess Apple would have to take 30. Yes, Dean, I can mention the 2 new streamers. Yes, so we have 2 new streamers on our site. We gained 2 awesome streamers. One of them, and I'm going to be honest, one of them I do not know until Dean said, and one of them I think is amazing, and I got the opportunity to talk to him. So one of our new streamers, and this is the one that 10 more minutes? Okay. This is the one that Dean kind of pulled in. Their channel name is Rich and Sarah Learning as We Grow. And from what Dean has said, they kind of have a community like ours. It's like our community, but a copy of our community, basically. So check them out, Rich and Sarah Learning as We Grow. If a mod or someone wants to put their link in the if a mod or someone wants to put their link in the what's it called, chat. I had to think about that for a second. If someone wants to put their their link in the chat, you can go check them out. So they are going to be on tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm 99% positive, and 7 p.m. We had a little hiccup at the time, but I think 10 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. PST. So if you like to stay up that late, you can definitely join in. And one of our newest streamers, because again, they're both our newest streamers, is someone who is a Disney live streamer, and I know many of you guys, I'm sure, watch him, and if you have not, I would definitely check him out as well. And he goes live every Monday and Thursday, and I think next month it's going to be like Monday and Saturday. Is Prince Charming Dev. I reached out to Dev. He is awesome, and I don't have enough good things to say about him, so I reached out to Dev over the weekend and asked him, and he was 100% on board. He loved the idea, so yeah, I would definitely check out Dev's channel. That's Prince Charming Dev. He's actually going live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, he's going live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and no, not 4 p.m. 6:45 p.m. I'm sorry, 6:45 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, he's going live at 6:45 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And he's and the other channel, Rich and Sarah Learning as We Grow, they're going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. EST. And then Dev's going live at 6:45. So again, Dev goes live every Monday and Thursday. And Rich and Sarah Learning as We Grow, they go live every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so if any of you guys would like to be listed in a live place, we list family-friendly live streams, and I'm sure you guys know what family-friendly is. If not, you can feel free to look it up. We do list family-friendly live streams. So if you are going live at home, in the parks, whatever, and it's your family-friendly live stream, message Dean or myself. You can message me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at MagicMoonsLive, or email me, nick@theliveplace.com, or message Dean, Dean at theliveplace.com or at dreamersempire.com. And we will be happy to talk with you and get you on the site. So I think we're going to go about 10 more minutes, or 5 to 10 more minutes. So Dave, do you have any kind of the expectations versus reality, or did I basically cover it all?
I think you did a really good job with that. I think one of the things that when people go into YouTube, they're expecting. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Maybe I think my computer's a little slow. I think one of the things that people expect when they become a YouTuber, they expect to, we talked about them getting, maybe getting monetized quickly. We talked about getting something viral. We talked about, in some cases, people say getting famous. But for the most part, the bottom line is you got to keep your expectations. I don't want to say like lower your expectations to nothing, but keep them low, because you may be surprised with what you can bring to the table and what people are interested in, or like you'll be surprised that people are interested in you. Like, and I say this and I genuinely mean it. Like I find it amazing that people want to hear me blab, about stuff, and it's just because, like, I think it's just because when you have a channel and you have I guess you have like an open opportunity to kind of like, not, I guess, kind of spill your heart a little bit, spill out what you're thinking and all that, and to see people respond positively to it, it makes you feel better, right? It makes you feel good, and that's all you really need to, expect, like, because when we're thinking about reality, when you're thinking about the fact that, well, I might not be able to make 1,000 subscribers. And I was just thinking about that myself. I think it'll be a full year for me in September, and it's like, well, I'm probably not going to make 1,000 subs. That's okay. That's okay. It's kind of like what we were saying before. I think you even said it too. Tim Tracker took 10 years, or maybe Miguel said it, about 10. Took him 10 years to get where he is. Well, I mean, if I get there in, in 15 years, I'm going to be okay. It's nothing that I need to really strive for or kill myself for, because here's the other thing. You've got a life, right? You've got a life outside of YouTube. It's just like anything, like any job that you have. You can love what you do, but if you have family, if you have friends, people are who we should really be investing in. And so you don't want to be hosing their time. I mean, it's like, I have 3 kids. I have a wife. I have extended family. I definitely love YouTube, and I definitely want to continue growing. But as far as an expectation goes, I think people expect to just make it their full-time job, and then all of a sudden people get too wrapped up in it, and then they forget who they are outside of YouTube, and that's something that I mean, I haven't seen that too much with I haven't seen that at all with our channels. But I mean, I've noticed that I've seen that with a few other channels, and they'll remain nameless. But they also have Twitter accounts, and they start blowing up their Twitter and start shooting down people that they disagree with. I'm sitting there going, wait a second, these are your supporters.
Yeah.
You don't treat them like that. Those are your customers, basically. So so always keep in mind there's life outside of YouTube as well, and keep yourself grounded in that. I think that's about all I can say.
Question really quick. So Diz Life of Ours asks, so is it good to go live? We've been doing this 2 months and we're so new. I feel lost sometimes. One thing I know for sure is Disney is my heart. I love it a lot. Well, that says something. Here's my thing. I know, and I'm sure Josh, and I think Josh has actually said this before, he's gotten like, I'm trying to remember the number, like 18,000, something like that, subscribers. just from his live streams. I know Josh isn't looking, doesn't like, and Josh is the person where he doesn't brag that he is the 32,000 subscribers. You don't see him going into live streams saying, I have more subscribers than you. That never has happened, and never will. But a lot of people, and I think I've gotten this too, get a part of their traffic from live streaming. And so I think if Disney is what you're interested in and you go to the parks a lot often, maybe use that as a new kind of outlet for your channel and live stream. And if you like watching live streams and you think that would kind of be cool for you to do that one day, then I would say definitely just go ahead and you could even test it out. Do a private live stream, make your live stream private or unlisted to get kind of used to it and just kind of see what you're thinking about it. So like if you like watching the streams and I'm trying to think of the word. If you like watching the live streams and you think that would be cool for you to do one day, maybe just try it. Do an unlisted or a private live stream just to kind of test it and just see how it goes.
Hey Nick, can I add to that?
Sure.
To this life of ours, what's funny about that is I'll be honest with you guys. I did not want to do live streaming. Nick knows this. Dean knows this. I think Our Theme Life and Josh from Resort TV One know this. Live streaming was very uncomfortable for me. I was just like, I can't, I don't watch these unless it's just, like a theme park tour or something like that. I basically said, I don't really want to do it. Here's the thing. If you're wanting to get the viewership hours, live streaming does help. It absolutely helps. And so I will say this. If you don't know if you would like watching yourself on live streams, don't do it. One of the things that I don't do, and you guys will find this funny, I don't watch myself on live streams after I post it. Why? Because a couple times I do, and I feel like I'm a complete dork. But hey, you guys love that, and I'm like, okay, hey, if they do, that's great. But that's one of the things that you got to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And when you do that, people actually see you for what you really are, right? How you speak normally, how you are as a person, rather than, a TV persona. It's more than just that. It's like, okay, this is a genuine person who I can relate to or something like that. So, I mean, what Nick said, absolutely. Test it out. Do it privately. See how you feel with it. And I mean, here's the thing. The first 4 or 5 live streams, I got cottonmouth. I mean, I was nervous as all get out. But I hope we don't crash the live stream by saying this very next thing. The reason why I started doing live streams was I was ticked off about Disney World charging parking fees at the hotels. Nick knows what I'm talking about. Dean knows what I'm talking about. I was incensed about it. I said, all right, I gotta get this off my chest. It's gonna be cathartic if I do it, right? And I did it. And what's funny was that was a springboard. That actually helped me get past that just uncomfortable feeling of doing live streams. And once I did it, now it's no turning back,
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, just as a reminder, we're going to try to get off here in just a few minutes because we're going past time, or we were going to say, but be sure to like the stream if you're coming in here. That's the thumbs up button. And be sure to click that notification bell to get notified about when we do future live streams and all that great stuff. And what else? Subscribe the bell and check out some of the other channels we feature on our website, and check out again Dave's channel, which is in the description, and Dean's channel. Dean is the mastermind behind the live place. He's in the chat, Dreamers Empire, and our website, theliveplace.com, where you can. It's kind of like your central area for live streaming and all that great stuff. So I think before we get off, Dave, do you have anything else to add?
No, all I gotta say is, guys, Nick and Dean, you guys are just awesome partners to work with. I really do appreciate you guys welcome me on here as part of the live place, to be like, an official part of something that's, I see really growing and really becoming just a unique, different way of watching TV and just watching other people and not just getting caught up in just plain old celebrities. Just you get caught up in good, authentic, genuine, decent people, through these things. And so thank you guys for adding me on to the team. And, I hope we can make things even better and bigger.
Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, as I said before, go check out Dave's channel. He live streams every Monday night at 9 p.m. So, and then a lot of the other channels we feature are in the are in the chat in there. But I think yeah, we're gonna end it off here. So thank you everyone for joining. And yeah, so I know Resort TB1 will be live Friday, and we have a lot of other streamers on our site that are going to be live soon. So hope you all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. And I know, by the way, really quick, Dave is going to Disney in a few days, so he is gonna. You'll probably see a ton of footage from him and maybe live streams if he does them. I'm not sure, but you'll see. I'm sure you'll see a ton of footage from him, and I'm going back to Disney also, so you'll see streams and footage and all that. So,
Hey, Nick, can I say something real quick about that?
absolutely.
Okay. Guys, please say a prayer for my daughter. Okay. She just came down with a fever today, of all days, right before the trip. So I pray that she will get better, that her fever will break, and that nobody else will get sick before this trip. But yeah, I do plan on doing a couple of live streams from the hotel resort, which will remain nameless. They will remain nameless. And none of y'all are going to get it out of me.
They're all asking where it is.
You will not find out until next Monday. But they're relentless, and I can appreciate that. There's no quit on these guys, and that's what's so awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely say a prayer for Dave's daughter, and hopefully they'll make it down to Disney. So hope you all have a great rest of your night. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk to you all soon.
Bye, guys.
See you guys soon.